Good evening, good evening. I'm Jason Sterling. I'm a member of the EA Creator Network. As such, this pack Lovestruck was provided free of charge from the network, as are other packs you'll see in this stream. Now it's evening here in the United States. That's why I say good evening. It could be morning in your part of the world. It could be the middle of the night in your part of the world. Here where I am, it's just about 7:30 in the evening. The sun is still pretty up in the sky for summertime. So let's take a look here at our builds. We're going to tour two penthouses, the two penthouses here in Inamorata for the Lovestruck pack that I've built. The first one's on your screen or right here, right? Let me make sure real quick that I am in fact live. Hope I am. I think I am. Should be by this point. Okay, so yeah, we're rolling all right here. Let me rub my eye a little bit. It's been a long day. I've been at work all day. Now, this is the Postmodern penthouse for the 20 by 20 lot here in Inamorata. It has been through so many iterations. Okay, so it started off as a rounded penthouse, a round penthouse in a very ultra-modern style, Then it became a mid-century modern sort of round building because originally this bottom floor here was going to be completely open to the outside because when I was doing early play testing on it before the pack arrived, I discovered you can't use rounded platforms or rooms on the first floor of a penthouse. You can now. When they brought the pack out, they updated that. So we actually can now, I guess as part of the pool update, we can use rounded platforms and rounded rooms on the first floor of a penthouse. So this no longer had to be completely open to the outside. Also, with the arrival of Lovestruck, I could finally see what the base of this building was going to be. And it is very square and very sort of 1970s, 1980s modern, So this looked a little odd just sitting on top of that particular penthouse base. And I thought, okay, what am I going to do with it now? And I thought, well, let's go, since this is reminding me, the base is reminding me a little bit of kind of the edge of postmodernism, kind of the late 80s, where instead of doing just a square black box, right, with a curtain wall, black glass, it has some little cutouts, right? It has some little cutouts. It has some columns down here. It has these sort of little touches to it to make it more than just a square box. So I thought, well, maybe we continue that idea along on top of it. We kind of replicate the base. Replicate the base here. And we surround this older looking building with the new one so that the new building appears to be swallowing the old building, right? This new style, this new way is coming in, gobbling up the old architecture and just encasing it, kind of taking it over, right? Kind of swallowing it. So that kind of fit a sort of postmodern feel to me, this idea of that. So let's do it. I thought, hey, let's do it. Why not? I didn't want to throw the whole rounded building away. I did want to use that concept and that idea. And so I started encasing the building with a black curtain wall. Now, originally this black curtain wall, these black windows came out to the same edge here, this edge, as this wall, as the wall down below it in the shell. But what happened? Even though we can build to the edge of a penthouse lot, what was happening was the walls of the second and third level of this, curtain wall, the walls were disappearing when I'd place it, right? So I'd demolish the lot, place the build there to see how it placed, make sure nothing disappears, which is what was happening. The whole walls would disappear on those two levels. So I went through another iteration and we got this. Sort of step back, but it still fits the overall design. And this is where we are. We're going to start touring it. We have a kind of what I think of as a sort of prototypical 1950s idea. Taking the outside, encasing it in a building for an all-weather, all-temperature place to hang out. I kind of think of all of this green as AstroTurf, right? There's a place to lay in the sun. Naturally, it's just windowed in. You know, the 1950s and 60s were the birthplace of shopping malls, right? This idea of you take all the shopping and your entire downtown, you basically encase in a large building, and then the weather's always beautiful inside, and you always have these beautiful plants and beautiful flowers and fountains and all that sort of stuff. So that's what we've done here for our penthouse is we've gone ahead and encased our yard in this curtain wall. So we've got a pool in here, does work. Got a little seating area out here in our AstroTurf. We've got an outdoor kitchen, places to eat, a bar. Of course, it's the 50s, so we put a bar in. And then this, what do you call it? A horseshoe pit, right? Because I kind of thought, what would be kind of a 1950s activity? And I really thought of things like lawn darts, right? We don't have lawn darts in game, but we do have horseshoes. And I thought, hey, let's put a horseshoe in a penthouse on top of a skyscraper. Let's go ahead and do that. And we end up with our outdoor area. Now, when you come up in the elevator, you are actually in a true outdoor space. This is kind of our front porch. We've got a few places to sit out here. This is what it looked like originally when I placed it, when the rooms and the platforms would disappear. It just left windows like this. So I left those in place. And you can kind of cut through here and come around to a real yard outside on the deck of the skyscraper. I did just a little bit of landscaping, nothing much out here. The dog likes it. Okay, their family has a dog. The dog did come out here and run around in the yard a little bit, but it's mostly just leftover space that I didn't put to much use. This outdoor space, our encased outdoor yard, we've got a small bathroom here. There's not much else to say about it. Like I said, I'll go down here. I like to do a Sim's eye view. Let's go into tab mode, see if we can get in here without jerking around too much. I don't want to get too jerky on us. Here we go. So this is what it looks like. This would be like if you're a Sim and you're living here. This is your yard, your 1950s mid-century modern yard. Now, I don't know what that door's doing there, though. Now, that's weird. In fact, where did these doors come from? Where did these doors come from? This is why I'm going through this right now. Let me take a look here. What is that? That's weird. That's really, really, really strange. Let me go up here and see if there's something I'm missing here. There's not something I'm missing here. Where did those doors come from, I wonder? Where are they now? Wait a minute. Where are they now? Now they've disappeared. I mean, there's some glitches right now. We know there's some glitches, right? How did that happen? Okay, so I did this, and it's only when, okay. So when I go up to the second floor, they appear. So somehow these are connected to the second floor. So let's get back out of tab mode here. That's really strange. I don't know what caused that. Can I see them through? I can see them through the window. Okay. So we'll go into build mode and fix it. This is why a lot of times I do like to do a tour this way, and I like to go in on a Sim's eye view, is because, you know, sometimes things, how am I going to get those out? I don't know. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I do know. Let's drop down. Let's go here. Let's go up a little bit here. Now we're going to need to paint some of these walls. Come on, game, give me a break. We're going to have to paint some of these walls real quick and then have someone clean up the mess. and then get rid of these weird doors. Where did those come from? Okay. Now, if I go out into build mode and I drop down, it's still not going to do it for me, is it? Let's try it this way. There we go. So we'll take that out. We'll take that out. We'll take that out. That is the weirdest thing. I don't know that it would have made a whole lot of difference, simply because you're not going to see it if you're on one of the upper floors anyway, I guess, but still odd. We'll still fix it. We'll fix that there. Okay, let me go back down here. I'm thinking... No, I was thinking about changing that to stone, but I think I will leave it at tile. Again, I'm going for kind of a 1950s mid-century modern look. One thing I always think of when it comes to the 1950s is there's another one of those damn doors. It's not that. That's not what I think about the 50s. Is that you see a lot of patterns, and it's like, you know, rock, wood, tile, all within viewing range, and sometimes even kind of clash a little bit to today's kind of aesthetic. So I wanted to kind of pull some of that off through here as well. There's sort of like a wild mishmash of different patterns, different ideas. Let me go back down here one more time. Are we seeing any other crazy doors kind of just lost in here? I don't see anything. I don't see anything out here. Okay, let's go back to our Sim's Eye view just to make sure. Nothing here. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I'm so glad I did this. So this is our Sim's Eye view. We're going to go ahead and tour through here now. This is our kitchen, of course. Little outdoor kitchen. Fancy, fancy stove. Or a stove. That's not a stove. But like, you know, grill. Because we're rich, we're in a penthouse. We got our horseshoe pit back here. And our indoor swimming pool with a diving board, naturally. Which we'll look up here. This is a completely open atrium. So the atrium goes up like 4 stories. So your sim can dive there. They won't hit anything. You know, they won't bump into anything when they dive off there. Over here, we have our kind of outdoor seating area overlooking the beautiful downtown, right? Beautiful downtown in Inamorata. And our neighbors, another kind of penthouse we'll tour here in a little bit, the other one I built. So we got a beautiful kind of, you know, downstairs outdoor area. This is our yard. This is our front yard, our 1950s sealed in, all weather, all purpose, front and backyard, a little bar over there. And then there's a bathroom through this door, a small half bath. Out here is our entryway. This particular unit, this penthouse, this is the way I mostly build penthouses. I never put stairs in, and especially with this being a 20 by 20 lot and the other one being a 20 by 15, stairs take up a lot of space. So I use just elevators on a penthouse lot. Now you can't have your sim click on the elevator to go from floor to floor. What you have to do is basically, well, not basically, it is what you have to do. You just go up to the floor that you want to go to next. Like in this case, it'd be the 2nd floor. Click wherever you want your sim to go, wherever they're headed, whether it's the kitchen or sit down or wherever, and they'll automatically use these elevators to get there. So they'll go ahead and go to the elevator, go up and get there. You can still use any elevator to go down, you know, to the street level, just like normal. But yeah, you won't click on it and it'll say go to floor number 4. Floor number 4. It won't say that. You just go up to floor number 4, click on go here or set here or wherever, and they'll go on their own. Now down here on this level, this is kind of our main living level. Again, we enter in kind of an entryway, a nice little entry hall. I'm going to back this out just a little bit. Let's see here. We'll go into tab mode, back out just a bit so we can get, you know, this kind of a tight area here. Going this way, though, you can see we're going to head towards our open, sectionalized living room there. Part of our stuff's missing. We'll go out of tab mode there. But you can see we've got nice little kind of entryways we come in, some chairs, some plants, a table. Got some art here on the walls, of course. This is our library. The library does go all the way up in another sort of open atrium. It goes up like that, right? How are you going to reach those books on the top part? I have no idea. In reality, normally I'd put in reality, we would have a ladder to climb up there. I did think about putting a fake ladder there using our ladders, but it just looked really weird and out of place. And I was afraid people would think it would work to go from floor to floor, and it does not work if you just use it as decor for the bookshelves. So I ended up ultimately taking it out. I did have it there for a while. You know, if you download this build and you think, hey, I would like that, it's easy to put one in. There is that. Here's our living room. The fireplace does work. Got a nice open pit fireplace right here in the living room. Some bookshelves over there. And then up here we have our elevated dining room. Go up a couple of elevated levels here, platforms. Now, I love this dining room. Again, it is completely open all the way up. So you have this grand atrium space, gorgeous view out over downtown. And, just a really cool, modern sort of feel. We'll back out here a little bit. The kitchen's also very open. I left a lot of this stuff open since we have that curtain wall. Originally, the kitchen, of course, was walled in when it was going to be a rounded penthouse. With the curtain wall, with this, large curtain wall, we don't have to worry about that now. It can be open to our yard on the outside. Let's drop down here a little bit. This is the kitchen, a modern, almost galley, I guess really a galley style kitchen, although technically this part over here is also the kitchen. It's kind of like a little office area for the kitchen. But it's definitely galley style, set up pretty typical. I did a very clean kitchen here. Sometimes I clutter kitchens up, but I felt like in this particular case, that was kind of cool. Did we look inside the refrigerator? We did look inside the refrigerator. Oh, well, that's neat. I've never done that before. I didn't know what the refrigerator looked like when it was closed. That's what it looks like. Okay. So we have a very clean, modern, again, we've got plenty of storage space in this kitchen, so we don't have to have a lot of stuff out on the counters. There's another kind of view of our office area, and that's about it. I mean, it's such a small lot. Each floor is pretty small, right? We can head up to our next floor. The next floor, the third floor, is what I consider the children's floor. It has really just one bedroom up here, but I've kind of put a closet dividing it into two separate spaces. Toddler has one side, the older child has the other. They share this bathroom. I did not do the bathroom as sort of ensuite style where you could enter it from the bedroom, mostly because there's just not really the space to do it here. I wanted a lot of common area for these kids to hang out in. So we've got play areas back here. Tables for games for the llama game, playhouses, some places to do video games. Second floor of our library. And then in our entryway, we have a lot, kind of a place to do art. Great view over the city, very inspirational. It's places to play with Legos and a toy box. We'll drop down and we'll do this sort of, Sims eye view of it. This is what it would look like to the Sims. Kids come in here and kind of play right off the elevator for this level. I used some of the sort of, I guess this is like business signage or something. I thought it looked really cool for a kid's room. It looked kind of like, kids love iguanas. They love lizards. Adults do too. It's got some great vibrant colors. This building, since I was trying to match the base, is not very vibrant, right? It's pretty just tan. kind of tan, kind of beigey. So I did want to put a lot of color in here, a lot of vibrancy. Kind of go this way. This is moving really fast at the moment. Sometimes in tab mode it doesn't, and sometimes it does. Kind of our little seating area back here. We've got a small balcony kind of overlooking, again, our large atrium, our large sort of 4-story atrium. Come around this way, place to play video games. Maybe look at it from this angle. Not too bad, you know, some nice places to sit. And then we've got, again, a place to play Don't Wake the Llama and our dollhouse. I'm going to take this out of tab mode. I did not realize that this particular room here is up a level, I guess. It's standing up a level. So let's lower the floor of it. You know, the platform's up one level. Yeah, now the door sits on the floor like it's supposed to. Again, that's another reason why I like to go into tab mode and look at it from a Sims point of view. A lot of times I'll catch like little pieces of wall that somehow didn't get paint on it. Or in this case, you know, I'm going through like this and that door looked fine. Down on the Sims level view, I can see that, no, it is up a step, and the Sim will still use it. They'd still go in and out of there for the bathroom because I've play tested this bathroom. But ultimately, it could look a little bit odd. The other thing is there should be a mirror on this wall. Let's put a mirror in there real quick. We've got a toilet, right? We've got the toilet. In fact, there's the mirror right there. Sometimes the game's been a little tricky here lately. There's a few little random things kind of disappearing, but I'm going to try to make sure when I upload this here in a second that everything's in place, at least when I uploaded it. The kids' room is really tight. I can try to get in here in tab mode. We'll see. They didn't need a lot of room in their room, right? Because they have those large communal spaces to hang out. This is kind of the older kids' room. Again, I use that sort of graffiti, you know, murals. I thought it looked super cool on the wall for a kid. This looks like exactly like something a kid would want on their wall, I think. You know, it looks very colorful, very vibrant. They've got another sort of like, you know, decal thing here. In here in the toddler's room, I used that mural, which you can see downtown. It's here downtown. But again, it looks like the sort of thing, you know, downtown they might sell in a gift shop, you know, like a poster of the mural, stuff like that. So, and this looks like something a toddler would like. This looks how I imagine a lot of toddlers see themselves. It's kind of, you know, this wild sort of monster looking thing, right? A wild beast. We got a few more decals here and some vines and stuff. I love the new vine wallpaper a lot. When I did the sort of mansion for this pack, what I consider my modern hacienda, it's over by the park. I used this vine wallpaper and did a really elaborate sort of toddler playhouse area and had a lot of fun with it. In here, we don't have room for that, but I did use a sort of rustic bed to pretend like they're kind of out in the wilderness. There's a little monkey, you know, here in our jungle. There is a closet in here that does work. For some reason, this door on the curved platform doesn't show up, but it does work. So even though it looks like it wouldn't, right? The wall is showing through it. I did play test it. It does work. The Dream Home Decorator stuff is here inside the closet. It's kind of hard to see, but there we go. I mean, that's not too bad. We've got a mirror and stuff in here so that it looks real, right? And it does work. They can go in there and use it. And then, you know, again, here we are back at our entryway for this particular level with Legos and drawing and a toy box for them to hang out here overlooking the city. Very exciting, very inspirational if you're a little kid, a budding young artist. He's already been working on something. I don't know if it keeps the drawing. I'm going to leave it. He was drawing a monster, I think. So now here on this level, this is the adult level. So this entire level is the master suite, right? The sort of master retreat, we might call it here in the United States. I do usually include some of these empty picture frames because I would put actual family photos in it. If you upload something with custom photos, you know, photos you've taken in game, it'll read as custom content, so they're just blank. But I figure whoever downloads it is going to want to put their own photos in there anyway. So, you know, why put something in there? This is a really large area. We've got a large bath. We've got a large walk-in closet, kind of our platform bed area over here overlooking our fantastic view, and a large seating area. I mean, this is a pretty grand space for a master bedroom. And it feels big, you know, for a 20 by 20 lot. We're going to go down here. We're going to tab mode again. Kind of take a look at it from the Sims view. That was fast. Zoom in there. We've got a nice office area here for the adults. There is an office in the kitchen. The kids have computers. There's plenty of places to use a computer. But I did feel like in the adult retreat, they would have their own kind of home office, kind of do things in. We'll swing around here. Probably have to go out of tab and then back into tab. Zoom out a little bit, move up just a little bit. And this door here actually leads to a really small room with a ladder to the roof. I didn't do anything with the roof. I didn't put a rooftop garden up there or deck or anything, but you could. I thought it looked a little weird with the style of the building to do that. So I ended up not doing it. But, you know, once you have it, do whatever you want with it, you know. And so I thought, well, hey, let's put a ladder there. It kind of makes sense. You might have a ladder up to the roof, even if you haven't built anything up there. So why not? Now, there is our toddler hanging out there by the living room. Sometimes with these sort of rounded platforms and open atrium areas, going into tab mode is a little quick of a zip around. Can't get quite the precise control I would like here. But we'll go up here. This is our closet. Pretty roomy. Again, works just fine. Beautiful setup. Let's go down here. Got our master bedroom. Nice place to sit. Great view. Overlooks the 4-story atrium, of course. See if we can pull back a little bit. Brent will give someone motion sickness, all this jerking around. I combined two of the pictures here to give it more of a modern look, you know. This kind of felt like something I might see in a museum, like this traditional painting, but they've stuck a piece of neon in it. So that's kind of what that's all about. You can take the neon part out and erase it if you want, but I kind of like it. I'm going to leave it for my particular Sims. Let's see here. We'll go into the living area. They've conveniently left woohoo here by the love seat. Got some built-in shelves back here. Standard range of knickknacks, right? And then this way, we've got another kind of lookout over the city. I took the picture with the neon and set it behind the mirror. So it just makes a neon outline on the mirror just to give kind of a modern effect of a frame within the mirror itself. And then the bathroom. Boy, I might have to go out of tab mode with this. It's getting a little kind of crazy. We've got, again, though, we could see here that the shower is up a little high. That is not really what I intended. So we're going to drop it down a spot. And then we will be, you know, lined up with the floor. I didn't use the new shower door here. I built this already with this door, and it really doesn't matter what door you use. So I was a little bit torn and ultimately just left it. But we've got a 2-person shower in here, towels and everything. Got our toilet closet, 2-person, kind of sink setup. On this side, we have a really, really large bathtub area. Again, maybe you could put some scenics or something here in these little picture frames. A place to kind of sit and get ready. It's kind of what I think of all of this as. It is really, really open. You know, granted, it is really, really open. But I wanted to have, again, that view. I wanted that spaciousness. You know, while you're taking a bath there, you're going to have that huge view of the city. Kind of go down here again on sim level, right? And it's just gorgeous. That's what I would do if I lived here. I'd want to have it like right open. If I can get this to line up. There we go. It's a little bit better. Got this great view right out to the city. Out both sides, right? It looks really good. So that is our master bath. The last thing I'm going to do here is turn off all the lights. Make sure this was a hard lot to light. It was. Again, we've got atriums. We've got all these curved platforms. Both of those can kind of play a little bit of trickiness with lighting at night. But, you know, I still love it. I'm going to leave it. So let's go in here and let's make it dark. And it doesn't look too bad. I mean, this level looks pretty good. I did want, you know, the bedroom area needs to be a little bit dimmer, a little bit kind of cozy, right? Kind of cozy. The other areas look pretty bright, though. I think that's good. Down in the kids area, it looks plenty bright. Down here in the living room is a little more shadowy. Part of that's the height of the walls as well. The walls are so high, the light is removed from the floor. But the kitchen looks plenty bright. I mean, I feel like everything does seem okay. It seems like a night lit apartment. Kind of our kitchen there. And then, of course, our outdoors, our yard, our encased yard. Again, part of it I didn't really want it to be lit up because it's supposed to feel like you're kind of outside in the yard, right? So I did want it to feel a little bit shadowy here, but around the kitchen, I wanted it lit up to feel a little more normal. And I put a lot of lights by the horseshoes because I thought that's where they would put lighting, right? And by the bar, you need to have a light to mix those drinks, 1950s cocktails. So we're going to go into live mode. I'm going to have my sim clean up this mess so that my toddler left for us. That way, whoever does download it won't download a mess, right? Now, the one particularity when you're going back into live mode and you've used more than one elevator per penthouse lot is, well, I'll show you. You click live mode. You can't exit the lot, right? Because you can only have one elevator per lot, and we've got 4, which is 3 too many, right? 3 too many. That's fine. One workaround for that is you just go into Manage Worlds. So you go to Manage Worlds, and then when you get there, you enter that building from there. That's what I do. I've been doing it since City Living came out because I wanted my penthouse to have elevators on every floor. So I finally figured out you could encase the elevator in a room and then copy and paste the room on each floor, and it would take the elevator with it. And then when you were trying to go back into live mode, I finally figured out, well, hey, if we go to Manage Worlds, well, let us do that. It did. And we can go back into the build for Manage Worlds. So all this time, that's how I've been managing it. And get a little water here. Okay, here we are back in our Postmodern. Now you can see here, Grant is on the 3rd floor in the kids area. We're going to send Grant down here. We can either click and tell him to clean it up. Oh, someone's already interacting with the mess. Who is interacting with the mess? It's not him. I know Hooper's not fixing it. And he's not doing it. These guys, he's at work. He's at school. Okay, well, I was going to have him, come down here. Maybe because the dog is interacting with it. I bet that's what it is. The dog's interacting with it. Okay, so we're going to come down here. We're going to say go here. And then I'm going to shoo the dog away. And then we're going to clean up that mess. And then we're going to upload this to the gallery. Stop reading Crisis Barn. Don't read that Crisis Barn. Oh, he's going to put it away. Let's go up here and we'll just watch him. There he goes. So he put it there in the bookshelves in the kids' room over the bed. It's going to come over here, take our elevator down, and then we're going to go out here and see what's going on with this dog rolling around in the paint. That is cute. That is cute. Stop it. Come on. Can I get him out of that? Lecture about playing in the trash. Come on. Get out of there. He loves it, though. I feel almost kind of bad because, you know, the dog's having such a good time. It's like, come on, Daddy. He didn't make the mess. He's just making the best of the mess. So, oh, and Max's responsibility is within range of earning the irresponsible trait. Max probably made this mess. Should make Max come and clean it up. Okay, so that's it. That's all we really needed to do. We're going to go back into build mode here and upload this finally after all this time. My gosh. I feel like I've been working on this thing forever. It is afternoon. I'm going to make sure it's just fully bright afternoon. There we go. Like so. Let's see what this thing looks like. No, let's change it from postmodern wall test. That's when the walls were disappearing, so I needed to run some tests to see if I could figure out a way around it. This is just now the postmodern. Let's see here. We'll erase all of this. It's kind of technically just a 2-bedroom, but I'm going to list it as 3 bedrooms. Simply because it is kind of 3 bedrooms. I mean, there's enough room, you know, for 2 kids and 2 adults. Bathrooms, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bathrooms in that place, I think it was. So, let's see here. Pool, right? Well, let's put hashtag Lovestruck. Hashtag Enamorada. I hope I'm spelling that correctly. Let's put hashtag pool. Hashtag pool. And I don't know there's much else to say. I usually don't put a big description on this. I don't even know how many people really read it. I think most people download it based on number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, and what does it look like, right? So I'll put here that I do usually try to give people a heads up about the elevator. This penthouse. No stairs. I hope no one will get confused. That's my hope. I hope. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. That ought to do it. I think that ought to do it. We're going to go ahead and upload this thing to the gallery. The postmodern. We'll see how it goes. I like it. You know, I thought about it. I might design another one for this that is really just, you know, purely tied into the bottom, just a modern penthouse. I would like to do something maybe a little more vibrant. I just don't know really how that would look with this base. You know, the base is pretty distinct. Unlike this other one, I tried to tie this other one kind of into the base as well, kind of make it look like it fits with the building. So, I don't know. For now, this is good. I'm glad it's here and I'm glad it's done. We're going to go into Manage Worlds. We're going to go over to this one. We're going to tour it. It is already on the gallery. Do. I really like the building, this one coming up. This one that's 20 by 15. It's very small, but it packs a lot of punch. There's a lot in it. And at first I was really disappointed. You know, we had this small 20 by 15 penthouse lot. I was super excited to get a new penthouse, but the lot was so small. But I thought, you know, it is a little bit of a challenge. It is a little bit of a challenge. And in the end, I really like it. I really like it. I really like the way it looks with the building itself. And I like the way it kind of turned out here. So we'll do a tour here. It is a 4-level unit again with a 4-level atrium, just like the other place. Now we've got kind of a much smaller outdoor area for this particular unit, of course, because it's 20 by 15 instead of 20 by 20. And that just does not leave us a lot of space. That's our nanny. Our maid was here. I bet our maid didn't do the laundry though. She never does. She charged me $160 the other day. She did not do the laundry. So I'm about to, and that's all I hired her for. I just wanted her to do the laundry. You know, there's not really anything else. I don't know what she spent $160 worth of time doing, because there really wasn't much else to do except laundry. Okay, I'm gonna let it go. Now, coming down here, okay, right off the bat, I do see we got a little bit of a problem here. This needs to be painted in. I don't know if that could have happened. Maybe when I don't know. Things have been disappearing a little bit, but I'm going to paint that in real quick. We'll kind of do our tour here. Nothing can be cloned. Sure it can. We'll take it from here, I guess. Go across. We're going to go down here into our Sim's Eye view. Try to anyway. Whoops. Too high. It may not work that well. You know, these penthouse lots, a little tricky. But we're going to try. So, you know, nice little outdoor area. We do have a pool. It's small, but we do have a pool. It's in the shape of a triangle. Just try to... Let's pull up here. To replicate these other triangles. Okay, so all the other angles here, these other triangle-shaped areas. I want the pool in the shape of a triangle to kind of replicate that. We have, of course, round pools now. That is kind of the big thing at the moment. But I went with an angle. Okay, let's see if we can get out here. Here we go. This is us coming off of the elevator. Let's see if I can get this. We'll go up here. Whoops. Let me go out here. Hold on. Let's try this again. Here we go. It's a little bit better. It's not quite so jerky. Over here is a convenient area for our mail and our garbage, right as you come off the elevator. The door there leads to a half bath, of course, and then out here we have a living area, kind of a little sort of formal living area, maybe, for when your guests come over. Now, I can lift it up to show you kind of the atrium a bit here, but the plants partially do disappear. It's kind of weird the way atriums show stuff in The Sims. Now, when you're playing, you usually don't notice, but that is kind of our atrium area, right? And we'll go this way. This is the only place I use stairs in this particular build. It goes up to the family room, and I felt like it made sense to go ahead and put stairs there because you would go from the dining, kitchen, living area here to the family room upstairs. Maybe by stairs instead of an elevator, maybe. Now we have another small living area in here. I'm going to pull back a little bit, give us a little bit of a fisheye here. You know, nice simple area, place to read. There is nice view to the outside, nice view to the atrium plantings. We have a fireplace on both sides, so you can, you know, kind of hang out by the fireplace in here. Or you can, let me go out through here. There's our other penthouse across the way. See the fireplace on this side. On the other side of the stairs is our dining room. A nice kind of space. It's not too big, but it's not too small. Outfitted with a round table. 8 chairs won't fit around a round table in The Sims. But in real life, they will, right? You know, you can always fit in a couple more chairs on a round table. So I put 2 backup chairs here in case you have guests, right? I got some knickknacks, some display stuff, kind of a china cabinet. Over here, right on the other side of the dining room, we have just a lounging area. You know, there's a kind of a wet bar, some places to hang out before dinner. It's a real small area, but you know, if you're having a party on this first floor, it's a nice place for a couple of people to kind of get away. On the other side of this wall, we're going to have our kitchen, of course. Plenty of big windows and big views in here. Our nanny is cooking something. She cooks all the time. I swear to God, she wastes so much food. I don't know if there's any way of making her not cook. I don't think there is. The kitchen is relatively, I mean, it's not huge, but I think it's pretty functional. We've got a nice little eat-in area here, a little place for the baby's chair. Great view again, overlooking the city. And plenty of storage space, kitchen, sink, kitchen, you know, dishwasher. We'll go out here, hit tab, go up, and we are in the, what I think of as a family room. Now, I don't usually do a room like this, a giant family room like this. This is, oh, I guess my kid, one of my kids, one of the kids who was over here did build something. Built a nice little Lego barn. That's cute. I love that. I haven't had the kids use the Legos very much, so I've never seen the barn. So I love that. I think it's very cute. Now, here in the family room, I don't do these very often, like these sort of media centers, you know, sort of like theater room kind of setup. I did here. I put in games like the foosball. I put in a hamster. It was tragic. In my game, unfortunately, the hamster died. Oh, the poor thing. I didn't really kind of realize you had to feed it. And I kept getting notices that it was off traveling, right? And sending back postcards. So I thought it was fine. And apparently when it traveled, it didn't eat. And you can see its cage is kind of dirty too, right? So it was living in filth without any food or water, and I do feel bad. And my son felt even worse in-game, my in-game son. I went over and tried to comfort him and tell him I was sorry, and he pushed me away with a broken-hearted, you know, kind of symbol above his head. And I thought, I get it. You're broken-hearted. It's my fault, and apology not accepted. I am not forgiven. So the hamster died, but we did have that. And then over here we did the kind of another wet bar area, like literally a wet bar, because we have a sink here, little refrigerator, place to make some pizza and some popcorn to eat while you're watching movies or playing video games over there, and the ping pong table. This is like the first house I built where I had like a room big enough to put all this stuff in, which is odd considering this is a 20 by 15 lot and it's like the smallest house I've ever built, or the smallest lot with a house this size. Now down here, there is a half bath in this room here. No, in this room here. Drop down here. This is our bath. Kind of hard to see. We'll back out of tab mode here. But this is our bath, right? With a little laundry hamper. Oh, she did do the laundry. I gotta tell her I'm sorry. I gotta apologize to the maid. She did do the laundry this time. Okay, I feel bad now. I do. Maybe the first time she came, the place was just so filthy she couldn't get to it. I don't know. But we have a washer and dryer here for a little laundry room. I didn't do much with it. I didn't really dress it up much. It is what it is. It's there. I guess it was not my big focus with this particular place. And this is kind of our bird's eye view of our family room. Now, again, just like in the other sort of penthouse, the other penthouse, this other level, this third level is a kid's level. Now we've got 2 separate bedrooms, one for a toddler, one for a teenager, each with their own bath. And then we have I thought we had a half bath, maybe not because I had the 2 kids' bathrooms. And I figured their friends could just use those bathrooms. That must have been it. But we have a kind of a common seating area for video games, do some little play out here. Could fit in like the puppet show, and this is sort of an office for the teenager. The teenager is totally into hearts, right? Which was great, a great thing for this pack. Totally into hearts, got like a heart-shaped chair for their desk. And then we'll go in here to their room. You know, heart-shaped chair here, the lips love seat, heart-shaped bed, heart-shaped, you know, kind of end tables. I feel like this pack, of course, it's kind of for love, right? Kind of for love. But all of those sort of things did have kind of a teenage feel to me, you know? It felt like something you might find in a teenager's room, especially like all the hearts with some bright colors. I threw in the little freezer bunny there. We'll see if we can get a view here in the Sim's Eye world. I did pair the vase of flowers with the mushroom lamp just to give it a different kind of look. They've got, you know, some shelving here with the, you know, teenage knickknacks, books. She's going to go to, She's going to go to Foxbury. That's my alma mater in game. Like, I love the Foxbury Institute. It's my favorite. Back on this side, got a tab mode here. Great view of the city. I put the little heart-shaped stuffed animal, the little plush, put him in here too. I love him. He's one of my favorite things. I think he's part of the advance purchase thing. You know, you have to buy it by September or whatever. I really think that's too bad. I really do. I hate it when video game companies do that. And especially in this case, because I love him. I love him, and I think everybody's going to love him. And I think someone's going to start playing this game in like 5 years. And they're going to see him in other people's games. And they're going to be like, why can't I have that? That's so adorable. It's so adorable. So I hope like some CC creator copies it. I do. I hope they unlock it and copy it. And you can get it that way at least. So this is the rest of our teenagers' room. Now they have their own bath and closet. I just used the regular get together closets here. I did fit these closets with mirrors. I did that a long time ago. And I just keep a closet like this with the mirrors in my library, so I can just grab the room and stick it into place. Here in the bathroom, we went some more very bright colors. Again, for a teenager's room, I kind of felt like, hey, this really works great, you know? Bright, vibrant, looks really cool, really happy. I got a real 80s vibe from this pack, and this tile and the bedroom reminds me so much of 80s stuff, right? I mean, in the 80s, I would have just loved to have like a sofa in the shape of lips. You know, as a kid, I would have loved that. I would have killed for that. I would have thought that was the most awesome, stylish thing I'd ever seen in my life. So that's kind of the teenage bedroom. Over here, we've got the toddler's bedroom and bath. The toddler's bath, of course, has our tile from Snowy Escape from Komorebi. Got a little sort of anime animals, sort of the Japanese cuteness. There's a word for that. There's a Japanese word for that, for cuteness, right? That concept of cuteness. I can't remember it right now. But they have a word for that, and I love it. I love the Japanese idea for cuteness. Yama-chan is my favorite character, even more than Santa Claus. I love Yama-chan. The toddler's bathroom, you know, but that's it. Pretty cool, pretty standard. Little tub since he's a toddler. Now, in the bedroom, in my mansion, I did a really extravagant toddler playhouse type of setup. Here, I did a little more scaled back, but this is kind of his farm, right? This toddler wants to be a sheep farmer. So he's got his mama sheep over here and a little baby sheep. This baby sheep's kind of lost, so Yarny's helping him get home. And, you know, he's got his like, you know, barn and farm sort of playhouse, some hay. So, and I put a little fence around it to play in. And then just, you know, a standard stuff. His little bed, some pillows, place to hang out, right? Place to hang out and play. Some books. There's our little toddler. There's little Tristan. That's our toddler's name, Tristan. Tristan and Derek, his dad, his name is Derek, live here. Derek, Derek does dates, you know, to do the 7-date sort of challenge thing. And Derek's been meeting a lot of new people. And so that's the kids' room. That's the toddler's room. And then out here, we've got a common area for the teenager and the toddler to play in, hang out in, maybe together. Let's see if we can get this lined up here. Tab mode. I don't know. I don't get too wobbly with it. But, you know, kind of a nice little kids area to hang out. Your friends can hang out here. Again, kind of play those video games. Play with the dollhouse. I would hang out here actually and play those video games and play with the dollhouse myself as an adult. Got my 2 favorite My Sims Go characters here, Zombie Carl and Violet. I love those 2. And then out from this view, we have our playhouse, you know, our puppet house back there. And the bear is here, the little sick bear. The light is kind of odd. I think it's kind of almost intersecting the playhouse. I hope it's okay. I hope it does not interfere with that. I can't remember. I think it was there when I play tested it. I hope so. I don't think it'll interfere. Hope not. But it looks really close, doesn't it? Oh, well. I'll test it later. And then up here on the 4th floor, we have the adults area. They also have a seating area, you know, just to watch TV, kind of hang out. I did the, what do you call this? This bar thing, you know, what do you call it? The Globe bar or something. I did a little bar here so they can mix some drinks, some kind of modern furniture. And then, you know, TV, naturally. And that's it. Just kind of a place to hang out. They do have an office area over here. It's getting kind of wobbly. Oh, there's a missing paint panel right there. So we've got kind of an office area back here for 2. I'm going to go out of this mode, out tab mode for the moment. Oh man, did I erase the floor? I guess I did. No wonder it's kind of messed up. We're back. There we go. That was an accident. Okay, so we've got kind of a dual desk area back here for a married couple, I guess. There is an outdoor patio area here for this particular room. Again, it's kind of like a master retreat on this level. Just a place to hang out. There's not much out here. It was more for design than for any real use. I don't know that it's really something Sims need, to be quite honest. We have a really large walk-in closet, which I like, and a pretty large bathroom. Got like a toilet here, sink area on this side. We'll come around this way. And a tub over here. All of it with great views. And then, of course, walk-in shower, right? With the new shower doors, glass shower doors. Our bedroom's pretty modern. I did it with a sort of entryway here. Kind of walk in. Pretty spare, though. It's a bed on this side. Picture. The walls kind of glow in here, especially this one. And then this one over here. So that at night, you get a very modern feel to it. We'll come down here. We'll try tab mode again, see what it does for us. It's still gonna be kind of jerky, I think. But you know, it's got that great glow, like kind of really modern, where the whole wall glows, you know, almost sci-fi type of look to it. Come back here. Put some San Myshuno wall art up. Wow, that's way too crazy. Let's get out of tab mode. It's gonna make me crazy. But you know, we've got kind of a little entry wall here where we did the Moschino wallpaper and an entryway. And this is where Derek lives, and that is his home. So I've got this one little piece of wall here somehow. Oh, the whole thing here. Let's do that. Fill that in. Whoops. You know, the paint, sometimes you place like a book and paint disappears. I don't know. Sometimes with The Sims, you get a little glitchy stuff like that. But we'll fill it back in. That was pretty easy fix. I think there was something else I was looking at, but I can't remember really what it was. Oh, yeah, that thing there with the... I'm going to make that a little bit smaller. And then that's it. That's the penthouse here for Derek and his son. That was the second tour. It's already up on the gallery. It is the DTEC, which stands for Downtown Enamorada Ciudad. I'm going to pronounce that. I know I have a horrible accent, and I know I'm probably mangling the pronunciation. But see, I'm going to say Ciudad. Enamorada Ciudad. So this is downtown, DTEC Penthouse. On the outside, it did do some vibrancy to the colors. Again, it was kind of hard with the base, the way it's designed. I didn't want to get too far off of the design of the base, but I did throw in a little bit of vibrancy to it. And the exterior is lit up to some extent. Again, just to give it kind of a little more wealthy, sort of upscale, modern kind of feel. I mean, it does feel a lot of times, you know, really expensive buildings have a lot of outside lighting, right? A lot of outside lighting, a lot of decor, a lot of stuff to look at. People that live there can afford the electric bill, right? They can afford to hire someone to go out and change the light bulbs on the edge of all these buildings. Let's turn this back on. Okay. And that's our 2 tours. That's it. That's our 2 tours. Please hit like, subscribe, and notify if you're watching now or watching in the future. There will be more builds. So far, I've done tours of everything except for the retirement village. And the retirement village I still have in Del Sol. And I think I might leave it in Del Sol, but I haven't decided. I might move it to the 50 by 40 lot over by the No-Tell Motel. I might move it over there. So I haven't decided at that time, though, when I finally do decide if I move it to that big of a lot, you know, I can expand it a little bit. So I'll probably expand it, then tour it, then upload it. But for now, for today, these 2 builds here, these 2 penthouses, that's it. That was our tour. Please hit like, subscribe, and notify. Tomorrow morning, some point tomorrow morning, I'll be on with Derek doing some more dates. He's got date number 6 in the Big 7 Wild Dates Challenge, right? Date number 6 tomorrow. Date number 7 is going to be all 3 Dereks. It's going to be a 3D date. 3 Dereks going out together. We'll have a 3-person, kind of a thrupling date, right? A little thruple date. We're going to do that for big date number 7, wild date number 7. So please tune in for that. And in the meantime, as always, thanks for watching.